So we soak that in and mix it into it because that's where they get their protein from.
Yeah.
And they have extremely low protein requirements. Really 2 hard-boiled eggs a week is all the protein that they need.
Yeah.
1 boiled egg has 16 grams of protein in it, so it's not a whole lot that they require. But extra protein, like when we offer them that mixture there, extra protein they'll just pee out, so it's not a big deal for him. He loves that delicacy of the rice and dog food.
So they get 2 of those in the morning and 2 in the afternoon?
Do what?
The bowl of the rice?
Yeah, it depends. It depends on if he's eating really good this other stuff, then we'll just do that. And then in the evenings he'll get the rice. Then in the evenings they get a lot of leafy greens too. So in the wild they'd be getting like 95% leaf material, but in captivity it's about 75%. And we supplement with a lot of other things too because we don't have any of the sarcopia leaves that they would be naturally eating, mostly in the wild. Now, two-toed sloths are kind of opportunistic omnivores. In the wild, if they were to come across a small bird's nest with some really young birds in it, they would eat something like that, as well as like a little lizard or frog on a branch next to them. They would eat something like that to meet their protein requirements, but the three-toed sloths, not so much. And some bigger facilities that have much more sloths than we do will actually opt to feed them pinkies, the little mice that have not fully developed hair yet, that are just literally just born. And if that was a requirement, like an actual nutrition requirement, they have some form of a live protein, we would do that, but boiled eggs in the dog food works just fine too.
You just about got it all clean.
Yeah, when I need to turn it, I get a little lift. Like, hey, hey.
Good, bud.
It's good.
You guys have any other encounters while you're here?
No, this is our first one.
Well, it's totally up to you guys if you wanted to upgrade to the VIP and do that for the next 30 minutes. You can both do it, or you can just one do it. It's totally up to you guys, whatever you want to do.
Well, I'm just waiting unless you want to do it. This is good right here.
You guys live pretty close too, so maybe you can come
Yeah.
down and visit us and do
Then,
another.
have we cleaned it up? I think we
I
cleaned
think
it up.
so.
Is that right there?
He says, oh, it's
I
just
think
sweet.
I've got it. You got something on your clothes there.
He says, I'm saving it for later.
Is that going to be your snack?
Yeah. I'm glad you guys got to come.
Yeah,
It's been
I
a
am
time
too.
Flash. He's our OG. He was the first sloth that we got. What do you think, bud? You can go over there and take a little nap.
That won't take me a nap. I've had
enough.
He's had a human adventure.
Good morning.
Oh, he's moving.
He's moving. It's time to go.
All
right. Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you guys got to come. Hopefully you'll be back to see us soon.
Oh, we
Oh, we
will.
will. We're thinking about coming and staying in the Everglades.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to bring some friends.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. You're very welcome. You guys have safe travels. Flash in here. Flash is ready for us.
Should I leave my phones out here?
Yeah, you can bring them in.
Okay.
Yeah. He has just turned his back to us. What do you think, bud? You gonna come back and see us? I'm gonna sneak in here and get some rice. And see, Flash is 7 years old. When we got him, he was already 3 years old. And he came from a facility that was similar to a zoo. So the most human interaction that he was comfortable with was just somebody going in there to feed him, put food in his dish, and then walk right back out. And so it took John, the owner, about the 2 years of having him to get him comfortable enough to actually come down and start to interact with us and be around us and eat out of a dish like this. And so it took a long time to get Flash to come down and then eat out of a dish out of John's hand, and even longer time to then bypass the dish and just go to a hand, and then an even longer time to go from his hand to somebody else that he didn't know eating out of a bowl. But he does really good. He'll eat out of our bowl now, but I think that he's getting full this morning. He hasn't really wanted to eat much. But you guys are welcome to go over there and pet him. When you pet him, you can pet him real slow down the middle of his back with the grain of his hair, just like this. You feel how soft he is. And if we need to get a little...
You want to see your sister petting a sloth?
Okay, I'll let you go. Okay.
Yeah, I was just calling you. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Let me get a picture. I'm sorry, I thought something happened to me.
Where are you guys from?
Franklin, Tennessee.
Okay, yeah.
Where'd you hear about us?
His social media
Yeah.
post. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does a lot of that for us. He
Well, I
got a
don't
lot of visitors for
really
us
do
here.
social media, but
Mhm.
my husband saw it, and I was like, well, do you think it's real? Like, you think
Mhm.
it's a real
Yeah.
place? And he was like, I mean, it says it is.
Yeah.
So for fall break.
And so sloths have really poor eyesight, but they have excellent sense of smell and sense of hearing. And so a lot of times, even, if I hold this bowl right here and he can't see it whatsoever, he will definitely still be able to smell it. And sometimes he just has to think about whether or not he wants anything. What do you think, bud? Let's see if we can get some banana. He absolutely loves banana, and he would eat an entire banana in one sitting if we let him. But bananas and fruit in general, they have a lot of fructose in it, and that can lead to an overgrowth of yeast in their system.
Okay.
And so we have to monitor that and make sure that we're always keeping track of who has fed fruits, how much fruits have been fed, and what kind of fruits have been fed. To keep on track with all of that, because their diets are extremely sensitive with what you can and can't feed them. And some banana, buddy. And you can hear that little clicking noise that he's making, and sometimes it kind of sounds like a little grinding noise. That's actually his teeth rubbing up against each other every time that he closes his mouth. Their teeth are really sharp, and they'll rub up against each other just like that. And every time that they do, they're sharpening one another. And so if you were to stumble across the skull of a sloth without knowing what animal it was, you would definitely be thinking top of the food chain for sure.
Oh, okay.
When in reality, to see what they actually are and how slow they are, it's pretty ironic. And they only use those teeth to grind up the leaves that they're eating, and they just look like they would be some kind of a carnivore, eating meat like that. Hey, bud, are you not interested at all in banana? What do you think, buddy? Let's see if we can get him down here. Hey, bud, what are you doing? You want some banana? You just take a little micro nap? What are you doing? No. Get off his noses. You wanna come see us? Come on, buddy. Oh, his nose. There we go. That maybe wake you up a little bit. What do you think? So we'll see if you want to stand up on that chair up there and be able to get a picture up kind of closer to him. You can, and you can offer to feed him little green beans just like this. You'll hold on to the end of it, and then once he takes hold of the end, you'll just let it go, and he can take in the rest of it. Hey, Ash. There we go.
I was gonna give it to you.
Oh, little crunches. Here you go, get that on. Oh, I might drop it. He's a messy eater sometimes. Oh, as I'm working on it. And so everything about a sloth is slow. People think about sloth being slow in general, but everything about a sloth, down to the way that they digest their food, is extremely slow. Their metabolism, everything, the way that they process medications, everything is extremely slow and unlike any other type of animal. So their digestive tract is set up with a one-way valve that allows food to go into their stomach but not back out. And so we have a two-way that does allow us to vomit. And if we eat something that doesn't sit right with us, we can get rid of it pretty quickly. A sloth is stuck with whatever goes into their stomach for at least 30 days until it makes it out the other end.
Because they only poop like once a week.
They
right?
do, yep, about every 7 to 10 days. So it is a very rare occasion, and since it doesn't happen that often, it has to be good. Every time that they do go, it has to be on point, and the way that it's supposed, the consistency, the amount, and everything. There you go, here's some more.
Let me get my camera.
You waking up now, buddy? He says, I love them green beans.
Look at those.
So as he's opening and closing his mouth there, you can see those little fangs Those are his canines that are pretty sharp.
Oh.
Well, that's our newest addition, Chloe.
So Chloe, I must have thought of like.
Yes, yeah. She's just out looking around. So she's still kind of in quarantine right now, so we're not gonna try to touch her or anything, just because we've been messing with Flash. But she's definitely curious with what we're doing and what's going on out
I'm
here.
assuming Flash is a boy.
Flash is a boy, yes. Yeah.
So who's baby?
So nobody's baby. She
Oh.
came from the breeder that we got Dash and Zoe from. So
Got
Dash and Zoe are both of our ambassador sloths.
Okay.
And she just started doing her encounters just a few days ago, and her encounters are only like 20 minutes at a time, just to slowly start working her up. And
Is
her
that the-
encounters are in the
What we're
afternoon.
doing, what are we doing this?
Yes, the VIP, it was supposed to be, are we still doing a surprise on that part?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I already told her, but.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I told her we're doing, she goes, what's VIP? I was like, I don't know, something with sloth.
Well, we'll just wait then, and when we get ready to do that portion, we'll spend 30 minutes here with Flash, then we'll switch over to do the VIP part. I think you guys will be stoked about that, so. Chloe, what are you doing,
I
baby
know.
girl?
I was like, she was gonna.
Are you getting hungry? Huh? Has nobody fed you yet? What do you think?
So Flash doesn't bother her?
No. So they, their eyesight is extremely, extremely poor, and they really can't see, they really only see shapes and blobs. He can't really see much beyond that. They have a condition in their eyes that's called rod monochromacy, and that means they only see in black and white, and what they do see is basically just blobs and shapes, and they can't really distinguish much beyond that.
Okay.
And so he could, see just a little bit of a movement like that over here, but he's not going to be too concerned about it.
What's in this basket right
That basket is a surprise.
Can I feed him? Can I feed him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one right there. That's good. Is his nose actually that wet, or does it look just wet?
It is wet a lot of times because they have really high humidity requirements, and so you have to mist their enclosures once a day. And the misting system in his enclosure goes all the way up to the very top of his 20-foot enclosure where he likes to stay a lot of times. So that nose will get nice and moist and then stays like that most of the time.
Where's his enclosure?
His enclosure is just right back behind that
Okay.
door.
I was thinking, because we did not see them in Costa Rica. My
Yeah.
husband and I went to Costa Rica 8 years ago,
Yeah.
and it was like this temperature.
Yeah. And it stays like that in here all the time, and all of that is for him. Yeah, usually with the green. Yeah, with the green beans, sometimes you have to break those in half, but you can filter through all of those to see what he's in the mood for.
Not in the mood for zucchini.
Usually when he knows that green beans are on the menu, that's like the only thing
here?
that's long enough. He can take that one, yeah. He's like, oh, I got an itch.
Are there long nails just for climbing?
Yeah, so those claws will actually continuously grow throughout their lives.
What is that?
This is a coati.
Koala monkey. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. It's a camel. So? Right in your face, you won't look right.
All right, guys, this one is a coati. Are there people in there I need to walk this way?
Yes.
All right. I'm too loud when there's an encounter going on inside of there. All right, guys, this one is a coati. This one is a looking animal, not a patting animal. Huge claws, huge sharp teeth. This guy likes shiny things and tries to take them from you. So he likes rings and watches and cell phones more than anything. Trying to teach him what the Rolex symbol looks like, but work in progress. So anyhow, this guy is a coati. That is a South American Indian word that means nose in belt, because they consistently sleep curled in a ball with their tail around the outside and their nose like it's stuck in their belt. In Mexico, they call this a coati, which means the lonesome one, because the males are all solitary. The females live in groups called bands. And they're just starting to come up into Arizona and New Mexico a little bit. In the States, we call this a coati because we're lazy and shorten everything up. This guy is an arboreal creature. You can tell by these long claws that this is a climbing fool. And he also, long claws, wiggly nose, means he likes to dig into the ground to find stuff to eat. So he will eat every kind of worm and bug and grub. He would eat any lizard or amphibian he can get his hands on. He would eat any small mammal that he could catch. He likes to run up into the trees. He'll wipe out bird nests and squirrel nests and eat everything that's in them. He is though an omnivore, so he also eats every kind of fruit and veggies you can think of. So he is a very opportunistic feeder. He will eat absolutely anything. On the farm here, his favorite things to eat are... Hello from the farm tour. Just started in the exotics. Okay. So this guy likes to run up into the trees. He can run up a tree as fast as he can run across flat ground. He can run down a tree as fast as he can run up because his feet go completely backwards and he like goes ever down the tree like that. This guy was bottle raised in the living room until he was about 8 months old. The end of his in-the-house career is when he decided that his very favorite thing to do was unload the cabinets every day. And there is no child-proof lock that will keep those claws and those teeth out of the cabinets. And the day he ran up to the top of the 30-foot vault carrying the wedding flutes in his mouth was his last day in the living room. And this one is a pet animal. The two that are next to him, if you saw in there, are... I always have holes in my shirt from that right there. The two in the stall next to him are a breeding pair. And the female is currently gray, which generally means that she's pregnant. And when we have baby coatimundis, they look like that right there. And they look like a little baby rocket. And that little baby coatimundi will stay with its mom for about 5 weeks, and then it'll ride on my shoulder till it's about 4 months old. And it'll ride on my shoulder so it can learn to be an ambassador animal like this guy that rides around with all the people. If you're watching me on Facebook or TikTok or something, there's an animal on my shoulder, it's him. And the reason it takes so long before I send them out to be an ambassador for someone else is it is really hard for them to learn to climb up me without peeling me and to sit on my shoulder without going and like grabbing on whenever they start to lose their balance. And I can have a lot of red shirts at the end of that experience. But he's a cool guy. Here on the farm, his favorite things to eat are hard-boiled eggs and grapes and blueberries. He likes super worms. He likes boneless, skinless chicken breast boiled, not fried. And he likes pizza, but he won't eat Little Caesars. He's a little snobby on the pizza. His favorite pizza, like me, is Papa John's Meat Lovers Pizza. And he and I can plow through an extra large pretty quick. You can tell looking at both of us. So anyway, yeah, this guy is a coatimundi. Whoop! Come on, Bo. Exotic animal barn, but it's worth mentioning that exotic doesn't mean endangered, it doesn't even mean rare. It just means not from here. That's all that exotic means. Most of the animals that we have here in their native countries are very, very common animals. Just like a deer would be common here. Come back down that way, guys, because I'm still too loud to talk through that door. Alright guys, this one is an iguana. His name is Willie. The reason I have Willie picked up with gloves is when I pick him up, he hangs on, and that can be pretty doggone sharp. But once he's on the ground, this dude loves to be petted. If you pet him like this, he's all rough and bumpy. If you pet him here, he's like sandpaper. If you pet him here, he feels like a wallet or a purse or something like that. This guy is a green iguana. He is at least 18 years old. Hey, come on in and join us, guys. He is at least 18 years old. The reason I say that is I know where he was 12 years ago, and he was already 5 feet long at that point. Takes him at least 6 years to reach 5 feet long, so that would make him a minimum of 18. In the wild, 10 would be old for this animal, but in captivity they do not suffer from environmental concerns or things that would want to eat them, or starvation or anything like that. So in captivity, many animals can live quite a bit longer than they do in the wild. So this one, minimum of 18 years old. This guy is a good size, shape, and color to hide in trees. So that is his natural camouflage, blending in with his environment by his size, shape, and color. In addition to his camouflage, he also has a form of mimicry. So camouflage is blending in with your environment. Mimicry is pretending to be something you're not. So this guy's form of mimicry is the round circles on both sides of his face right there. If something is coming toward him that he's afraid of, he will turn his face sideways like this and close his eyes and try to show this to be his eyeball. Because his hope is that something coming toward him will say, "Holy Moses, look at the eyes on that thing," and maybe run away instead of coming to eat him. Because if he actually had eyes that big, that would be one huge animal, most likely like an alligator or something. All right, this next one is a young iguana. Alright, so that guy is at least 18 years old. This one is 1 year old. This one is, so it takes a whole year for it to get this big. It's going to take it 6 years to get as big as he is. But this one will eventually get to the size of that one. This one is an albino iguana. Now, when you think albino, you're normally thinking white. But albino means lacking pigmentation. So this one obviously doesn't have the level of pigmentation that that one does. It's never going to be the cool green color like him. But this one is just an albino. And this guy's a little hard to hold. He's a little too quick for his own good. I think I'm going to put this guy away and get out another lizard to show you. But this one is also an iguana.
Do their tails regenerate?
Once in a while.
And when the sloth uses the bathroom once a week, they go all the way down to the floor to do so, because when they do, those moths that are living on their backs will crawl down to the sloths, lay their eggs in the dung pile of the sloth, and then crawl back up before they lose their ride back to the 10 feet of the rainforest. And then a week later, when the sloth gets the urge to go to the bathroom again, they don't just go down whatever tree that they're in. They will always go back to that same tree that they go to the bathroom in once a week to use that same spot every single time. Because in that spot are last week's eggs that were laid that are now this week's larvae. And this week's larvae will be next week's moths. And so the cycle just always goes around and around so that the sloths always have that moth population on their back. But in captivity, you can see he doesn't have any moths on him. And so that raises the question a lot of times, well then how do they survive in captivity? And that's because they don't need those moths. Those moths are, in the wild, that's their way of life because the temperature is always fluctuating. In captivity, it's always 78 to 79 degrees in here at least. Today it's 82. And so we always keep them warm, therefore they don't need those moths to give them more of that bacteria.
Wow. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I can get it. I'm trying to get you to hang down.
Let's see if we can get him. If you want to offer him some of this rice, you can do that with the rice where you can give it to him and start to lower it down. And he loves that rice mixture, and he will absolutely lower down completely with letting go with his front hands to lower down to be able to get that. And you can bring it down. Yeah. About right there is about how low he can go. And then you can get up real close right next to him to be able to take pictures like that, and they turn out really good. And then if you want to both be in a picture, I can take it for you, take it from back here. Here, I'll move this other way so it's not so awkward.
Alright, so the next lizard right here.
Sounds wild. Here, I'm gonna get a picture of me from that side. You hold it right.
Leopard gecko. This one, camouflage. This is
Of course, I thought you eating some rice. It's so funny how he likes rice. Okay, wait, let me get both of you to smile.
He loves that mixture. That and green beans are his. That
So
green beans
funny.
and bananas are his 3 most favorite things
What
in the
is
world.
that? Carrots, rice, and
So it's a brown rice, actually shaved up sweet potatoes, and a really high quality dog food that's been soaked into it. Yeah, so that's where they get their protein from. And that's what we start our babies out on too. They'll stick on that for the most part for the first 2 years of their lives. Let's see.
I can tell you both with you. So cute.
That we don't keep running.
Yeah, you can give him that whole thing. All of that's for him. Forgot that I had this rice in here.
Oh no.
Burnt. Well, just make a mess in the process. I say the sloths are messy eaters just to blame it on them, so that people don't think I'm so messy in here.
So funny. I know I was cooking on I was cooking on the barbecue breakfast this morning. I was
Yeah.
trying not to be crazy messy.
Where are you guys staying?
The barn.
Okay. How you guys like that?
Love it.
Good. Did they trade out? Did they use something different than the horses last night? I heard that they were kicking pretty bad.
Tinkerbell,
Yeah.
Rarity, Arrow, Hero,
Yeah.
and Blackjack.
Oh yeah.
And then the first night we didn't put Ace in it.
Mhm.
So they didn't get used.
But yeah, they said before we got there they were kicking. So
Yeah.
we didn't have, the only big horse was
Okay.
Ace. The funniest part is I had a presentation this morning at 8:30. My alarm was going off and I have a snooze hitter. Well, Blackjack obviously does not like the morning alarm. Because every time my alarm would go off, Blackjack would start hee-hawing and it was hysterical and then I'd hit snooze and he'd stop. And then he does it again. Oh my gosh. It was pretty funny. He was quiet all night and then every time I got home.
Zeke like sleeps all night.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh, that was nummy.
Yeah, he will lick that bowl clean. He absolutely loves it.
Oh, what's in your hair?
Good. Clean bowler. What do you think, bud? Waking up a little bit now? Slowly but surely.
So do they eat? I mean, you said you feed them kind of at the encounters, but how do they eat, like, naturally? How many times a day?
Like in the wild?
Are they grazers or do they
Yeah,
eat?
so in the daytime, they're really nocturnal animals. They'll just stay in the same spot in the day, even if they're not sleeping. Scientists used to think that they slept a lot more than they actually do. They really only sleep about, 12 to 13 hours a day. And so, I could sleep that long if I slept through my alarm or if I didn't set one. But